Hello, Toddbog here, and welcome back to my Let's Play of Sunless Seas. Where we last left off, we did a little light exploration, returned back to London to turn in our Admiralty reports, and we got ourselves a few new quests here, so we're going to go ahead and take off now. Got ourselves plenty of fuel here, which is nice. Maybe didn't get them in the most reputable of ways, but you know, is what it is, right? Don't really need my light on here. Start min-maxing my fuel, right? Okay, can't really do anything there. So we'll turn around and go full steam ahead. So I think we're gonna go and push south this time, and we're gonna see what we can find. I believe if we check our journal, the Gazetteer, we've got a few different quests. We've already got a few accomplishments. So you know something of the Untersee. You see what happens when someone digs too far for secrets, and you've seen where the half-dead go. So let's take objectives. Here we go. Let's see. An Admiralty commission. I got to find a port, the Iron and Misery Company Funging Station. And then I've got to figure out, open a monstrous eel. Let's see. And I think that's what I've got right now. So we're going to go south here. We're going to see what we can see. Our friends there hanging out in the middle of the ocean. You're well provisioned. Yep, yes we are. Not liking where my hole's at right now, but we'll figure out that part. Alright, Murray Straits. New day. Fog bank, so it's going to be harder to see things. Okay, we've got combat. And it tends to ram. Backwards here. And crush it. It's a megalops. With forlorn and wailing cry, the megalops turns on its back. Legs neatly folded as bluish blood gouts from its wounds. Its golden glow begins to dim. Dissect it or butcher it for supplies. We could do it for knowledge. I'd rather get the supplies, though, for now. So, crew will feast. So it reduced our hunger. Perfect. So I lost the hunger. It was right about to hit where it'll eat a supply, so it's worth a supply. Okay. We'll learn more about them later. It wasn't too scary overall. Oh, let's go in the all clear. We're not in combat anymore. Let's see. 30 fragments gained from seeing the guy. Little ships throng through the waters here. The crew grows wistful. They swap old stories of Sunless Sea. We draw near the Cumaean Canal, the way to the surface. Interesting. Alright, let's... Lost the coast here. There's something in the water there. Do we want to find... Yeah, of course we want to find out what it is. Oh. Not too bad. Now that we're out of the fog, we've got a better shot lined up. Oh, I missed. He did some hull damage. Firing solution! Yeah. Okay, maybe we'll cut this one up. So let's go ahead and dissect it this time. A crab full of conundrums. You set to work with your knife and acids. It's an undistinguishable adolescent species, a megalops of one of the deep Z crab species, but its eyes, normally vestigial in this troglodyte beast, are larger and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. I succeeded, so I gained 25 fragments. So turn off combat. Let's go ahead and let's talk with our surgeon here. She works with 2 scalpels at a time, or with a scalpel and a tined instrument. Pinning open the flesh she's working on. Her operations are brisk and yield very little blood. So we can... Takes a supply, but we can invite her to dine with us. or I can proposition her. Interesting. So we could improve our hearts, but I need to learn a little bit more about her. So dining may be the option there. Okay. So instead, let's go ahead and speak to the gull-eyed engineer, and we can use one of our secrets to increase our veils. So we'll go ahead and do that. I want to talk about steam and motion. I see every coil of vapor. An allegory of engines. The engineer has learned a great deal about the powers and weakness of steel, fire, and water. Once she must have been an extraordinary asset, but she can only express what she knows as poetry filtered through half-erotic visions. Roses and rivers and something like rain. It's quite pretty in a way, but it makes it challenging to understand what bit of the engine you need to bang on when the engine won't go. So I gained a new veil, so I'm at 26 now, which is this one. And I lost a secret, so we spent it. We already talked about her quest there. And I'll wait till we find some land, maybe. So where are we? Okay, we're just exploring the dark here. And what I want to do is I'll probably use that supply to find out what our surgeon is about. Okay. So that's lit up the beacon there. Is this anything? Bugsby Marshes. Okay. Go ahead and back up and go for it again. Send out our Z-Bat. Discovered something. Click on the message to mark the location on the chart. Some distance to the south. Click on the chart icon to view. That's your map. Okay. Alright, so there's something there, so we'll go ahead and head down that way. As you can see, you're constantly fighting with your fuel supplies and, of course, with your actual supplies for your people as well. So, alright, so we found the Cumaean Canal. This is the way to the surface, it said in the thing we saw. Albertine Gates, which I think will allow us into the canal. I wonder what these little things are. These the lights themselves? It's interesting. Yeah, terror increases if I turn off the light here. So there's the gates, so that keeps us from going in the canal. Fed the crew. What are you? You don't look like an eel, which is what I want to kill. Oh, you're a gilliflor. Okay. I don't know what your intentions are. Yeah, that hurt. 8 damage. Jeez. The light on it, as you can see, our firing solution is much quicker. Alright. Sound the all clear. Let's go find out what we got from there. 34 health. Not great. Scoop it up. You can eat it perhaps better. Your sailors can. Or let it disperse. Let's watch its rainbow oil colors. Got a new Z story. A face. From above, the Gillyforce cap does look like a woman's face. She dissolves like smeared paint. Okay, don't want to deal with another one of those, but I guess they're going to deal with me. Alright, let's see if we can... Get out of the way. There we go. Ah, still hit us. 8 damage. That's not great. Alright, we're gonna have to effect some repairs. Oh, come on. Got it. Let's go ahead and eat it. Gain 1 supply. Okay. Barrel of former jellyfish. It will wait in the hold like a cup of dissolved moon. One day you'll eat it, or perhaps it will eat you. Okay, supplies, nice. We can't do emergency repairs because we got to be at 50% or more. So hopefully this harbor here will allow us to heal. Dock. The Command Canal staging area. The canal extends through the locks and gates of the shadow to the surface of the tunnel, or to the sunlight of the surface. So travel to the surface. Can't do that. We need to have some stuff here. And looks like it will need a lot of supplies and fuel, so that's something to push for in the future. Listen for surface gossip. Let's go ahead and do that. The ships of the surface linger here. This is their lifeline to a warmer place. Daylight. This would be a prime spot for a pub or wine shop, but the interests of the Echo Bazaar and the laws of London prevent it. They don't like competition. Still, there are temporary half-legal hostelries in long-moored ships. Here you trade stories with suntan surface sailors, stories of Paris and Batavia, the Lost Fires, and the Final Isles. So I have one vision of the surface now. Very cool. And I can gather information for a port report. So, gates open and shut. The locks remain free of sabotage. If anywhere besides London is safe, it's the Untersee. It's here. Surface nations have an interest in keeping the way open. All right, cool. Let's see. Nothing else I can do there. Shops. Harbor provisioner. More expensive. Right now I only have $50 to my name. I'm good on both supplies though right now. So the question is, can I repair? And I will have to actually look into this. So give me just a sec. Alright, just took a quick look. So it looks like I can't repair here. The only place I can really repair is if I go back to London. So I may have to do that because we're in dire straits with our hull right now. We can't stand another one. So took a look at the shops. Shops didn't really have anything for me. So let's go ahead and launch. So the question is, do we push south real quick? I'm kind of inclined to just kind of see what else is down here real quick. So let's do that. The first sign of anything violent, though, we have to run. And we may have to burn some extra fuel with our full power to the engines. As you can see, definitely some interesting architecture and stuff. The art style is really cool in this game. I really enjoy it a lot. So we have to keep an eye on our supplies because we're going to be utilizing that for repairing our ship as well. So let me turn off our light for a little bit here. A little terror never. Not a bad thing. Let's send out our Z-Bat. We'll put the light back on here. No islands. Now this looks interesting. This might be one of the things. The Iron Republic. Okay. So this might be where our mission is. So that it might have been a good idea. Looks like it was a good idea to push. As long as... that's not good. Let's go ahead and use our engines. Oh. Yep. Okay. Not good. No. Shipwrecked. Okay. Your ship founders. Their screams, the flood of dark waters, the unforgivable sounds of the ship's spine breaking. Slip beneath the waves. Perhaps you'll be remembered in song. We don't have an ironclad will, so okay. No more sleep. Your memoirs. Quality of lodging quality has gone. Your first captain has died. Don't worry. And then choose a legacy to preserve something for the next captain. So we'll choose that legacy. Alright. Died. Sleep. Okay. So, in memoriam. Legacy quality is unlocked. Don't have any of these right now, so we'll worry about those later. Let's see. So I could be one of these things, right? A rival, a pupil, a salvager, a shipmate, or a correspondent. Let's see. if I choose this one, I can choose to inherit an officer, and our surgeon would be really good. I don't have... oh, if I chose the rival legacy, I would be able to keep a weapon, but... correspondence legacy keeps their chart. Interesting. So there's some interesting things. I think the officer right now is my most valuable thing, so we're going to go ahead and accept the legacy. Starting wealth is going to be 50. If I chose salvager instead, that doesn't really change anything. Yeah. So we'll just do that. Okay. Okay, we'll accept our legacy. The new Khanate is locked in civil war. Okay. So we're back to choosing our past. So we'll go ahead and do that. I think we will still stick with the... Actually, no, let's see. I think we'll go with the street urchin this time. Skills of subtlety and evasion. We'll say that the street urchin was somebody that our priest saved at one point in their lives, or at least fed and protected. Alright, so the urchin gang cast you out when you grew too tall. You took to the sea rather than graduate to larger crimes. Last big score was enough to buy a ship. Alright, so we're already got a longshank gunner for iron +1, so that's good. Low cunning on the high seas. Your friend, another longshanks, knows of a little gunnery. Only a little, but she can help. So now we got that. We got 10 echoes. Longshank gunner, 25 veils. We kept some of our hearts, as you can see here, so we're at 32. Oh, no, sorry. She gives 6. So I guess we only got 1 heart out of that. Oh, no, that's what we get from him. So I guess we didn't keep any of our hearts. So that's all right. So getting 25 veils, and someone's looking for passage. Okay. Winning, I think this point we're going to go with wealth. So Untrezy is full of riches. To win, gather substantial retirement fund and grade your lodgings to a mansion and retire. Okay. Let's see. We'll go with citizen. With our background, I think we'll be okay with that term. Alright. So we were a street urchin. So I'm thinking we're going to kind of overdo it as a captain here. Those are cool. We'll go with the youngish looking person here. And we will be Rory, the street urchin. Okay. Alright, so we've got all this. So the advice we can sell, as you remember from before. So we'll do that. Alright, gain 50 echoes. The Labyrinth of Tigers. Okay, this is different. The Labyrinth of Tigers is open under the patronage of the London Zoological Society to cautious visitors for educational purposes. Here you may see the devil apes of Far Mandalay, the things in the mirror, the castigator's children, the gargantuan cave snake, the inhabitor of wolves, the hybrid fiend. NB, the management recommends before you arrive your exit well before closing time. You arrange your exit well before closing time. So we can sell Harlot Fry for 500 echoes. So if we can find one of those, that'll be great. Or we can purchase something from them, but we need 500 echoes to do that. All right, that's good to know. Lodgings, let's go ahead and read our morning paper for recent news. Done. All right. Continue, let's see. Yeah, let's go ahead and get ourselves our wonderful friend here. Our mushroom friend. All right. London, lodgings. Passenger. Someone on the docks wants to board your ship. Agreed to carry the anxious university student to Hunter's Keep. He has no money, so other captains have no interest, but he's a passionate youth and promises that his studies on Lorne flukes will be rewarding enough. Let's go for it. Okay. Thank you. All right. Please take me to Hunter's Keep right away. A Lorn fluke full, dead Lorn fluke washed ashore. Doing my thesis on them. Do you know they can digest human memory? And I may never have a better chance to study up on this. So we're bound for Hunter's Keep. So, all right. And then London. Let's go to the Admiralty Survey Office. And let's see if there's anything they need. So retrieve from Iron a Misery Funging Station. So that's that one far south. I don't have enough of anything to do anything more there. So anything else here? We're at 8 crew still. We're good. I should have done the dry dock the last time we were here, but that's the way it goes in this game. And we can do that passenger to tomb colonist, or offer the passenger to tomb colonist thing. Let's see if we do that. So we can and sell them there. Okay, so we can sell our tomb colonists. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and launch. We're all set for adventure here. And unfortunately, you see, we didn't keep our chart, so we'll have to rebuild our map here. But that's one of the things you could choose as your legacy. What I am going to do, though, is I know that there's that ship over here. And I can sell the news to them, so we can do that for, I think it's some supplies, is what they gave. Game's got a very ample soundtrack. I really like what they do with it. Alright, so the light ship here, we will go ahead and speak to the crew. And I now have 1 Z story, so very good. Collect that. Launch out. And we'll go ahead and head north to the tomb colonist. Turn off our light a little bit. Our crew is not terrified nearly enough, so. As long as we stay in these lights, the terror goes away, though. So if we plan it right, we can actually just keep moving through these lights here. Oh, there's Low Barnett. Okay. Turn on the light and reduce our terror a little bit, I guess. There's the Prickfinger Waste. Such an interesting name, isn't it? Alright. Z-Bat. Yep. Full power to the engines. Tried that. Didn't work for us at that time. Gained a secret. Alright, we got a pirate steamer, Penance. Keep that light on them. Fire! Yeah. Okay. Took a little bit of hull damage. So we'll go ahead and loot and scuttle her. We got a cache of curiosities, lean pickings, as expected. Stout crate. Crates, the source of sustenance, the fundamentals of cargo. So let's go there. Alright, we gained a fuel. Coke, like coal, but more so, as the Department of Infernal Rarifications would have it. Alright, so nothing much. We'll go ahead and turn off our combat. Why are there bats there? Do I have to worry about them? Flock of bats. Okay. Vendor bite. We'll mark that on our chart. That's where we're going. Curse's Point. Okay. We got Vendor bite. So we'll go ahead and get our tomb colonists dropped off here again. Alright. Go ahead and dock here. Your tomb colonist passenger yanks off her bandages. She looks remarkably healthy for a tomb colonist. I'm not as dead as I look, she confesses, and I won't go ashore without your help. I get ashore. Yet, yes, the constables are looking for me back home. Is that a problem? So we can help her out or make no promise of discretion. Let's help her out. Your tomb colonist passenger yanks... Oh, shoot, that's what we read. Muffled oars. You slip your furtive passenger past the skin checkpoint post and the confirmation of consolation. Thanks, Captain, she remarks casually. Let me teach you a couple tricks, just in case you do this again. And here's a little hush money. You brought a criminal and assisted her. You gained a veil, so you gained 200 echoes. Beautiful. I got one menace's suspicion, and I lost the tomb colonist. So, as you can see, even the same missions can be different, so that's really cool. So that's awesome. Continue. So, someone's trying to get your attention. One of the tomb colonists takes an obvious interest in your crew, specifically our surgeon, Clattery Air. Okay, let's go with that. Voiceless. The tomb colonist draws you a little way away from the Clattery Air. Don't tell her you met me, he says in a hoarse rasp. Her mother cut my voice. Hoped to fix it so I wouldn't be able to look for my daughter. So I wouldn't want to, he wheezes. Didn't work. Operation never completely effective. Need to know my daughters well. Happy. Find enough patients. Getting enough to eat and so forth. In exchange for the simplest news, he explains himself. I'm her father, he says. Ordinary engineer. Not the sort of parent she would want. If you wish to tell the heir about this encounter, you can do so by speaking with her. All right, interesting. So we saw her father. All right, we can explore. Let's go ahead and do that. I have a tale of terror. They favor candlelight over gaslight, so we'll just like we found. Dead fir trees have carpeted a little park with old brown needles. A little group of tomb colonists stand around another lying on a bench. Unexpectedly, you find yourself reminded of physicians and midwives at a birthing couch. Colonist on the bench. He's old, withered to sticks, groans horribly, though the fir needles deaden the sound. Something moves in his chest like a sea creature surfacing or a butterfly breaching a cocoon. The other colonists spot you and close ranks around him. Stay back, Silkskin. This is his breaking out. Your time will come. There's a kind of rapture in her voice. Alright, so we gain terror, gain 15 fragments, and a tale of terror. It's all for now, they always say. So we'll go to the first curator, I think, to get our tale. So we need to find... yeah, we're just going to click on these to get anything we need. We'll get our quest for the colors again. We'll gather some gossip. I have that report now we can sell. And I think that's pretty much all we can do. Let's see. Place 12 supplies with 12 colonists and need to take to 3 destinations in the Andergaard. Ooh. So that's something we could do in the future. So we need supplies in order to do that, and we definitely don't have those right now. Let's take a look at the shop. So we can buy fuel and supplies for 20 and 30 respectively. Go to the Hollow Temple and sell some things. Recent news that we gave to the other guys we could have gotten for or sold for 10. Visions of the Surface sells for 15, so those are interesting. Let's see, Foxfire, Candles, Cask of Mushroom Wine. Charnel Lounge, Tomb Colonists would sell for 15. So our little sordid encounter and sneaking of a tomb colonist onto the shore was definitely more lucrative for us. So, but as you can see, do we buy the supply? No, we're good for now. All right. Okay. I think we're going to head further north here, so let's go ahead and launch. There's this bat swarm. Okay, I'm guessing that they are a combat thing. They are. They have life. Alright. Did a little damage before I can get them, but we got them. Alright. So, little leathery corpses lie scattered about your deck. The rest of the swarm vanishes in the neath dark. We can gather up the corpses or dispose of them into the pot. We need them. Gain a supply and a gain of terror. That's fine. The little bones are troublesome and the flesh is quite gamey, but salt them well enough and they're quite edible. So, alright, cool. We got ourselves a free supply. Can't complain. I kind of want to see what else is up here, though, so let's continue our march north here. Send the Z-Bat out. Picket Bluff. No islands. No islands still. Into the darkness we go. Boreal Reach. Is this snow? Touch it and pulls the vapor. Your crew huddles to the warmth in the tidal. A row of watchful Z-backs hang from the cable. Their heads swivel in unison as you cross. Okay, definitely don't want to deal with whatever that is. Sensors arc. We got Wither some distance to the north. Alright, cool. So we got a new spot we can go and visit. Our supplies should hold. Discovered Codex. Alright. Oh, there's a spot. Codex is a visitable location, so let's see what kind of adventures we can get into there. Alright. Go ahead and dock. The Isle of Codex. Codex, a desperate cave full of mute exiles and an inexplicable colony of shivering, bad-tempered monkeys. Alright. Codex, a desperate cave full. Yep. Acquired a Doom Monster Hunter. Let's see. What do we need for that? We need a Searing Enigma, huh? Oh, this one waited all her life for a single answer. Give her that answer and she'll be ready to lay down her life. We'll just compile our port report. Silence forthright. The exiles see many come, fewer leave. Some are even willing to communicate, but their gestures are unfamiliar and meanings unclear. Even when you can understand, there are answers without questions, as useless as a key without a lock. Interesting. Okay. Do they have any shops? They do. At this point, I need to buy one fuel. I forgot. I'm changing up my mascot there. Journal. Our hold is pretty empty. Okay. So, alright. Got something there. And I think we're going to head to the spot we spotted up here with the Z-Bat. And then we'll probably call our video there. Yep, we already marked it on our chart, but we can mark it again. There's another spot right there to go. What is this? This is Wither itself. Okay. It's hard to gauge. I'm not used to the scale yet. Change between this map and this map here. So, Andergaard Harbor. Dock. Okay. Wither, a chilly city beside a waste of salt. Let's see, we're at 6 fuel for supply. So, behind the great arch over the bay, the pale waste stretch, white and silent in the face of the moon. We can explore the town. Wither is a quiet, chilly town of gray stone and closed courtyards. The people are neither exactly unfriendly nor exactly hospitable. They have the irritating habit of answering a question with a question. Here and there are odd sights tucked away. So let's explore the town. You fall into a reverie as you wander the shore. There are words in the wind, a story of sorts, of a gate in the north, of a pale light that began there, of a drowned light that will end there, and of a high wilderness that other ships may sail. You lift your eyes. On the wall of the salt works, someone has scrawled, "Is there a sea more sunless?" Fragments didn't change. You now have God of the Z, Storm's attention, and that's all. Interesting. All right, we'll gather intelligence. The citizens of Wither enjoy questions so much that they always answer a question with another question. So let's go ahead and do that. And this is how we get our port report. Are you asking for any particular reason? At what time of day? Is that your hat? Might it be 6? Could be 6. Eventually you cobble together enough implications and suppositions to compose a report. Shore leave. So we could do this with 50 echoes and some terror. And that will probably reduce our terror, though. So I don't need to do that right now. 50 Z's is a lot. We can trade sea stories for fuel here, huh? And muter salt for 5 stories. Huh? I only have 1 Z story though, don't I? Yep. It's not bad though. Let's do it. All right, we'll buy it. Hunter's Cage, so we could buy supplies for Tales of Terror. I only have 1 though, otherwise I would have probably bought one. We can sell some interesting things. The figurehead of the Eater of Names, Anatomical Closet. Interesting. But we don't have any of that stuff, so that's interesting. So you can trade stories up here. So I think that's all we can really do. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and call it. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please like, comment, and subscribe. This is something a little different, more narrative-driven than strategic, unlike the other playthroughs I do. But this is one that always caught my eye. I've always been a fan of the Lovecraftian style terror and horror, and this does seem to ooze that in quite a number of ways. So I hope you guys are enjoying it, and I will bid you guys farewell.